High value men do this. I'm going to teach you exactly what women look for in a quality man, which we would call a high value man. And if you're a high value man, you should be seeking a high quality woman yourself. And I've done plenty of videos on that. If this is your first time visiting, I welcome you and click that subscribe button so you can get notified when I do post a video. And I am your dating and relationship coach. And my name is Apollonia Ponti, and I am the founder of ApolloniaPonti.com as well. I help men master their attraction skills and really get good overall with women, understand what women want, and also in their personal lives and in their relationship lives or dating lives as well. So let's get right into it. One of the biggest common denominators that I see in a high quality man is that they come from this mentality that they don't have to prove themselves, right? So when we get into a mentality like we have to qualify ourselves or we have to prove ourselves, gives that other person justification that probably we're either inadequate or that we're trying to not only prove ourselves, but in turn, it shows that we feel like we don't deserve that person or that other person is more superior than us in some type of way. And attraction is rooted from not being able to prove yourself and having to prove yourself all the time. Attraction is rooted in the foundation of confidence, which is different metrics of confidence that I've talked about. And I'll put some videos below in the description box for you guys to watch next. So number one thing as we look at, especially for me as a woman, is a man that doesn't have to prove himself to me. A man that has a plan really and has a foundational element of his life that he's very confident in himself, within his integrity, within his life. And this is such a big thing. And moving on to is a thing that I really love. And a lot of women, especially high quality women, a woman that is looking for a relationship or wants to have a healthy relationship, a companion that you can build something with, she's going to have standards. So you should have them as well. You see, there's a difference between a want and a need, right? We might want this beautiful girl. We want this beautiful girl to have this amazing body. But what is it that you need in a relationship? The wants are typically the exterior level, the surface level things that get you attracted to someone first, which is from our prefrontal cortex. But what is it that you need from relationships? So a lot of times we start to think, oh, my standards are that she has to be beautiful. Well, I would hope that you would want to be physically attracted to your woman, but that's not enough if you want to build a future with someone. What does she have to embody? Right? And also, how are you embodying these standards within yourself? Because if we're asking for something, we have to be able to implement these things in our lives too. We can't expect someone else to do it too. And also, we can do this by leading by example. So one of the biggest attractive things that I see with men is a man that has standards, meaning like, oh, he doesn't just give a chance to every woman, right? Or just because he has one opportunity with this one girl and he doesn't have any opportunities with women ever, he's going to take me. And then that comes into toxic relationships, codependency, and the list goes on. And I have a bunch of things about that. Tip number 3 in regards to a high value man and what you need in order to start embodying this. And also too, maybe these tips are speaking to you and you are that high value man. Next tip is a conscious mindset. So this man has a conscious mindset. So he understands the difference between self-awareness versus self-management and can implement the two. So a conscious mindset means that, right? A conscious mindset, and I'm going to give you some tips and tools on how to kind of get this conscious mindset right away, is I talk a lot about the reacting versus responding. And reactionary methods come from anger, come from ego. We don't think it through. Responding comes from thinking it through, asking yourself questions. How can I show up better in this moment? Why am I triggered right here? Why am I getting angry? How did I show up in the past that I need to showcase different changes? How do I feel? And you actually embody this questioning dialogue before you actually just react and say whatever it is that you want, because words isn't something that you can take back. A man that has good composure and really proceeds with integrity can really master a conscious mindset, because it's all about self-awareness and versus self-management. So self-awareness is being open to the idea of what's coming in. So let's say that you are getting in an argument with one of your guy friends or even one of your girlfriends. but you're self-aware enough to know that they're coming from anger right now. So you're not going to attack them with anger. What you're going to do is try to be understanding and figure out why in the world are they angry in this situation. You're going to think it through. You might even actively listen instead of just chiming in to try to fix and fix and fix. What you're going to do is just actively listen, and then you're present. When you embody presence, this means that you can connect with your woman. And this means that you can connect better with people. And then self-management means that you manage the tools that you have. So let's just say you know your weaknesses and you know your strong points in life. Well, you're going to self-manage your strong points, obviously, because this is probably what makes you successful. This also helps you within life, helps your relationships, your family, whatever the case may be. You may also have some challenges, so some things that you have to work on. And in life, everybody has to work on something. So what is it that makes you fail? What is it that makes you have these challenges? And when we can understand and manage that as well and know our weak points, I should say, then we can really encourage ourselves. Okay, I know when someone acts off of anger, I want to explode. This is my weak point. I come and I just want to explode. I just react. Well, now you know. And when you get in those moments, you take a step and you might count back from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, recompose, and have that conscious mindset. Conscious mindset is an act, and it takes time. It's not something that just happens overnight. You have to invest in your mindset in order to get better. I know this from experience. I used to have the worst mindset, and now I can control my mindset in a skip of a minute, to be honest. And it just came from years and years of practice. Next thing is they have a secure attachment style. I talk a lot about attachment styles in my Overcome Your Neediness, Attachments and Fears audio seminar. And a secure attachment style is someone that has a lot of, I can say, interdependence, I should say. There's a lot that goes on in secure attachment styles, but in this specific video, I want to talk about this. If someone has a strong sense of interdependence in a relationship, this means that they also embody their purpose in life. So let me explain to you what interdependence is, right? Interdependence in a relationship is where both people are mutually reliant on each other. It's a safe bond that partners can create, but still have their own identity with their hobbies, their purpose in life, their family, maybe even their friends. This is what interdependence is. It means that you can be strong in your own personal life and bring it also into relationships as well. So you have outside happiness besides just within your relationship only. Because if we have real happiness only dependent on someone or something besides our own oneness, then this is where we get really confused in life, where we start going down that negative spiral, maybe even of anxiety and depression, bad relationships, toxic relationships, because the key to life is really about being happy internally within you. And I think part of that is an art of letting go and seeing with compassion with other people and understanding that other people are trying to do their best in order in life and they're just showing up for who they are. And so we release those expectations in that moment. And going past this subject, but that's where we can really have a strong interdependence. And that's not to mean that you're a walking doormat when you have compassion for people, because you do have a strong a sense of dependence within yourself, and you have interdependence in your relationship. So secure person has a secure attachment style, and a high quality man that has a secure attachment style doesn't really attach to women easily, knows that he is abundant and lives up to his life in abundance because he has outside happiness besides just within women. A lot of times I've seen great looking men seek validation from women all the time, and then they don't know why they can't get the one that they really like. And that's because of an anxious attachment style. And they're used to kind of getting what they want. But then once they finally get the woman that doesn't pay attention to them, then they want them as well. And so that is something that is not a high quality man. High quality man knows, maybe I've had so many men that have come from that and then redesigned the way they frame their relationships and dating women and had that security within themselves to really kind of identify what is it that they want from a woman, and really need, I should say, instead of want, what they really need from a woman and what standards she needs to embody in order to be with him. And the same thing should go vice versa. Next tip in regards to a high value man. And this goes into boundaries, and I talk a lot about this, is you want to be able to stand firm and secure within yourself. So you want to own it. You know, if someone insults you and he's like, this woman says, "Oh, I hate your shirt. I don't like what you have on." And you just went, "Well, I'm sorry that you don't like what I have on, but actually I love it because my grandmother gave this to me, and my grandmother is my lucky charm. And she passed away actually 2 years ago, and this reminds me of her." You see what I mean? As long as we just understand that the way that we approach situations and not take defense to them, and we get defensive, the moment we get defensive is when we give that other person control. So what we have to do is become firm and secure within ourselves and just own whatever is happening in that situation. If you made a mistake, own up to it, and then show actionable things that will actually be able to change how you are changing and what embodied you to change, but also what happened in that moment that you needed to become firm, what happened in that moment that you needed to become secure. And this is where that awareness comes in as well, self-awareness. And then lastly, too, in regards to this, is you don't want to try to influence someone's perception of you, right? Because that comes from an egotistical standpoint. And I was kind of mentioned this in the video, is that a lot of times we put on a facade of, I have to be this typical guy. I have to act this certain way because this is what people are telling me to do. I honestly think the core elements of how you should always be as a human in general is, number one is have abundance in your life. Number two is have awareness. Number three is understand compassion. Number four is have courage. And number five is actually have willpower to do so, which is hand in hand with courage. And moving on, when we try to influence someone's perception of us, we give away the control dynamic that we embody, right? And so when we're trying to influence their perception of us, it actually takes more work to do so. And you'll actually get out of your element. It's called imposter syndrome, which I've talked about too. And I think that if we can let go of having idea of perfectionism or how I should be or how this guy is, or I want to get results and I got to do this tactic and I got to learn how to say this and I got to memorize this line. Yeah, these things do work in the beginning, but what other resources are you working on? If you're working on the fast result of remembering a line, okay, great, that's going to open the door. Perfect. I do it as well. I train you guys to remember these things and probably lines to pick up women, talk to women, whatever the case. But how about what do you do afterwards, right? And this is the substance of what I am talking about, guys. If we can embody this energetically, we can get exactly what it is that we want within women. If you liked today's video, I encourage you to give it a thumbs up. Comment below as well if you do have any comments, questions, or whatever. Comments, questions, or concerns in regards to anything that I've mentioned in this video. And because you stayed till the very end, I have something special for you. It's my 7 common mistake ebook that men make when attracting women. You can go ahead and download that ebook, which is absolutely free, and it's in the description box below. Also, I have an attraction course that I would encourage you to do, and we talk a lot about this high quality man in my attraction course. And in this attraction course, you have a VIP membership with me, group coaching, and a lot of like-minded men that will be able to help you as well, and we can all help each other and really excel in your life. As always, I'll see you again in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.